Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, there is a heated discussion in this country in our political environment. There is a discussion about the election and the issue of legitimacy. And two questions are coming out. Number one, the issue of opening the server, and number two, the discussion around the handshake. For example, those who support Raila Amolo Odinga, they believe that servers should be open to sort out the problem we are having in this country so that they can recognize who won the election and move on, if it was Raila or William Samoei Ruto. For them, they don't want any discussion to do with the handshake. They don't support a handshake. And on William Ruto's side, those members of parliament elected from Mount Kenya region, especially the close allies who are in key leadership position, they are not comfortable with any discussion to do with a handshake. For them, they don't want Ruto to go into that route. So, if you try to compare the solution the solution they are offering from the Azimio and Kenya Kwanza. Okay, for William Ruto, you don't want a handshake and you don't want the server to be open. So, what is your suggestion? For them, they are just like, let us move on and forget everything. For those who are supporting Raila Odinga, okay, you don't want a handshake. So what do you want? For them, they want servers to be open so that they can know who won the election. So up to that level, you can see those who are supporting Raila Odinga, they want to solve this problem once and for all by opening the server. But those who support William Ruto, they don't want any discussion to do with the opening server or a handshake. They just want to continue ruling. So it means there is something you can question about their conduct, because there is something they're trying to hide. And one man, Okura Aukot, the That Way Alliance party leader, has come out with a number of questions which is raising eyebrows from the Kenya Kwanza side. Because I've gone through the tweet from Okura Aukot and how the Azimio Kenya Kwanza leaders are responding. You see anger, you see bitterness, and that alone is enough to question this conduct of this election. So I want us to go through the tweet and the response coming from the Kenya Kwanza and reaction from Kenyans. Then we conclude the discussion. But before we go deep into that, just a quick request for those who are watching and you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our channel subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Again, I want to thank one of our subscribers here, Mr. Jumba. Thank you so much for reaching out and supporting our work. I got your SMS. May good God keep on blessing you. In Luya we say, Nyasai Akugasize. I'm saying that because many people who are in Kenya Kwanza believe that anyone who is supporting the Azimio idea are only Luos. No, my friend, we are many. Azimio is not a Luo affair. That one is a national affair. So I would want it to sink into your mind. Now, let us come back to this discussion. This is what Okura Aukot said. Let me pose this question and hopefully we can debate it soberly without anyone catching feelings. No catching feelings, okay? If opening this server is what will unlock the country to move on, why not? What does the UK and the US know that frightens them not to open the server? That's a good question, going to those allies who are supporting the current regime. Second tweet, the effect is that many Kenyans have stubbornly refused to accept this reasoning and can't move on, and may join the Maandamano Monday. Why do the UK and the US, through Senator Coons, do not want this mystery server to be opened? Who is mostly affected here? That's another question. Who is affected? Is it Raila Odinga or William Ruto? If it is Raila Odinga, then why not open? Because that then will close the case and it will give William Ruto the peace to run the country. Because if you are saying servers should not be open, you are not supporting that idea, then it means there is something you are hiding. That's the question Ekuru Aukot is raising. The third one, the issue of the IEBC server remains a puzzle wrapped in a mystery. The Supreme Court considered that it can't be opened because it will breach the property right of Smartmatics, the owner of the server. Still, questions remain though. So in as much Smartmatics are defending themselves on the property right, Kenyans still have questions to ask because this is a company that was contracted, it was paid. So why not open this server to stop the discussion that we are having? But then the reaction from Aaron Cheruiyot, the majority leader in the Senate, it explains a lot on what Kenyans are questioning from William Ruto's legitimacy and the server issues. And this is what he's telling Ekuru Aukot. Forget about server. Ballot boxes, which are the primary source of data in the server, were opened. Azimio picked the sample to be opened. Not a single discrepancy was recorded. Stop entertaining a full conversation. Fool's conversation. Just look at that language and the tone. Ekuru Aukot never used any abusive language. It was clear. But look on the language that Aaron Cheruiyot is introducing here. False conversation. Soon students will go to the street and ask for the exam paper. Of course, yes, if you do an exam and you feel that the result that they gave you, you don't agree with it, you simply request for the NEC to remark your paper. And they will remark it. Then they will grade you. So if that can happen, then the issue of Aaron Cheruiyot talking about students going to the street and asking for the exam paper, it is there. And it has been proved to be working. Aaron Cheruiyot did not stop there. He continued with this arrogancy. What are you suggesting in what you are suggesting is Kamagos. There is a clear laid down legal procedure on how to resolve the electoral dispute. It was adhered to. Chapter closed. Anything else is abuse of our democracy. But then I was happy with the response from Dr. Ekuru Aukot. This is what he's telling. Fair enough. Then why are those in government not conceding on fair enough. Then why are those in government now conceding on bipartisan dialogue? If they are happy with the decision of the Supreme Court, you won election, there is nothing to doubt, why call for a bipartisan dialogue? If you are sure you won election and Raila lost, Aaron Cheruiyot should be answering that question. Because the discussion about the Supreme Court is still part of the dialogue here. And it is well explained in Stewart Mathias' remarks. This is what he said. When we say open the server, what is the big deal about that? If you won, you won. If we lost, we have lost. Once opened, all Kenyans will have a sign of relief and know who won the election. We are not asking for something that has never been done. It's not the first time server will be opened. Remember, Maraga nullified an election just because servers were not open, and the drama that the then people who were defending IEBC were trying to bring. All those people are sleeping, all the time difference, all servers will not be open because of the compromising the right, the ownership and the rights. So Maraga said that election is a process. So that process should be reflected even through the server. And because the process was questionable, just like what we had in 2022, then he had every reason to nullify that election. So to close the chapter here, it is simple: open the server. And Raila Odinga has a reason why he's putting it on William Ruto to open the server. Many are saying that that question should be answered by IEBC. Yes, but then we have a question here. When it comes to classified information, who authorizes disclosure of that information? Because we know audit was done on the server. And once audit was done, that's when the whistleblower came in. Because after the audit, the information was that there is difference in what IEBC gave vis-a-vis what is in the server. So when you have that kind of information, which can cause big problem in a country, which poses threat to security of the country, that information, normally it is always locked. And once it's locked, it is put under classified information. And when it is under classified information, the only person that can authorize such information to get out is the man in charge of the country. Because then it is starting on the security of the country. So kama wanafanya audit na warelease hiyo information huko nje, ijulikane Mheshimiwa Ruto hakushinda kura, ni Mheshimiwa Raila alishinda kura. That alone, it is touching on the security of the country. So the only man who can authorize opening of that server, it is William Samoei Ruto. He's the one who has the key for that. Because now the information is under classified information. So the only those people who can help us Mio could do was to come out with that information through the whistleblower. And this whistleblower ni wale watu ambao walikuwa wanafanya auditing of the IEBC results. So what is in server is different from what they gave us. The IEBC portal that they were putting there, and they were trying to tell us that the server it was open. My friend, that was just to divert the attention of Kenyans. What they were receiving and what they were publishing is different from what was fed in the IEBC servers. So everyone has a reason to ask this regime to open the server. Raila supporters don't want handshake. William Ruto islands in Mandukana region don't want handshake. So open the server. Simple. I don't know your views, but let us meet in the comment section to continue with this conversation. Otherwise, thank you so much.